A contractor I know a few years back got called out to a job with heavy black biofilm on K-Rend render. He was stuck, right? The usual mix wasn't clearing it fast enough, so he cranked his Softwash mix all the way up to 5% sodium hypochlorite. 5%! Thought he was being clever, getting the job done in half the time. But what actually happened? He ended up with permanent streaking across the facade, ruined the homeowner's prized laurels with chemical burn, and walked away with a £2,000 repair bill. That is the trap so many blokes fall into when they start out. People think if a chemical isn't working instantly, you just pour more raw product in. But soft washing isn't about brute force. It's about chemical control and proper delivery. And speaking of delivery, that brings up another massive issue I see constantly, which is the van tank batch mixing trap. Contractors fill up a 200-litre tank with a 15% sodium hypochlorite mix on a hot July morning. By 2 o'clock in the afternoon, under that hot metal van roof, that 15% has degraded down to maybe 9 or 10%. Heat and sunlight just destroy SH strength. So by the time you apply it, you're guessing what strength is actually coming out of the hose. That's why moving to an inline proportioning system, something like the Clever Injector Dosatron, completely changes the game. Instead of batch mixing in a tank and letting it sit there cooking in the heat, you keep your neat chemicals separate and dose it inline, right at the nozzle tip. You get exact, repeatable concentration every single time, regardless of whether it's 8 in the morning or 4 in the afternoon. Now, if you are batch mixing or setting up a proportioner, you've got to know the basic dilution math. It's simple, but I see blokes get it wrong all the time. The standard formula is your target working strength divided by your stock strength multiplied by your final mix volume. That gives you the exact volume of concentrate you need. So let me break that down with a real-world example. Say you want 20 litres of a 3% working solution for render, and your raw stock bleach is 15%. 3 divided by 15 is 0.2. Multiply 0.2 by 20 litres total volume, and that gives you exactly 4 litres of raw 15% SH. Then you top that up with 16 litres of fresh water. 4 litres of chemical, 16 litres of water, gives you 20 litres at 3%. Job done cleanly, without wasting money or risking surface damage. I'll be honest with you, I had to learn this the hard way myself years ago when I was full-time on the tools. Back then, like a lot of guys, I was eyeballing bucket mixes on site. A splash of bleach here, a bit of water there, hoping for the best. Some jobs took twice as long because the mix was too weak, and other jobs had me sweating because the mix was way too hot and starting to dry out fast. When I finally stopped guessing and switched to metered delivery and precise chemical calculations, my job speed doubled and my chemical costs dropped by nearly 30%. It was a proper eye-opener. Soft washing at its core is built on the principle of biological sanitation. We are using controlled dwell time and low-pressure chemical action to lift and break down organic contaminants like green algae, red algae and black spot lichen. We are not, and I repeat, not trying to blast it off with high-pressure jet washing, which just erodes delicate render and strips surface coatings. But because we're working with active chemistry, safety and compliance aren't optional extras. You need proper COSH compliance, site-specific risk assessments and method statements, or RAMs, and you must have runoff control in place to protect drains and surrounding vegetation before you even turn a pump on. Now, one of the biggest secrets to making a soft wash mix actually perform without cranking up the bleach strength is surface tension. Raw sodium hypochlorite diluted in water has high surface tension. On a vertical wall, like monocouche render, it just runs straight off into the floor before it can do its job. That is why a dedicated soft wash surfactant like Clever Wash is vital. Adding just 100 millilitres of dedicated surfactant per 20 litre mix changes everything. It breaks the surface tension, stops chemical bounce back, and creates incredible cling on vertical walls. That extended contact time lets the chemical dig deep into the pores of the render, so you use less chemical overall and get a far better clean. If you want to move away from being a splash and dash operator who competes on price, you've got to invest in your professional development. Clients today, especially commercial sites and higher-end domestic property owners, want proof that you know what you're doing. They want to know you won't ruin their walls or poison their garden. Completing CPD certified softwash training through softwashing.uk gives you that technical backing and confidence. And getting listed on the approved Softwash applicator directory signals to clients that you operate to high industry standards, carry full insurance, and understand surface chemistry. At the end of the day, raising standards in exterior cleaning starts with understanding the science, respecting the surfaces, and treating this trade like the professional industry it is. Do the math, use the right equipment, protect the site, and build a business you're proud of. All right, that's it from me today. Go out there, stay safe, and do it right.